Now, like I discussed with the Kansas City fans booing the players for locking arms, you just have to understand that there's just no way the Saints are going to win the Super Bowl. There's going to be many angry African American players if the league lets the Saints win the Super Bowl. It's just not going to happen. Well, Drew Brees' injury, his punctured lung, yes, but it boils down to the plot of the season, which is Black Lives Matter and the calls to end systemic racism. Drew Brees, after the George Floyd shooting, what does he do? He faced intense criticisms for his comments about flag disrespect. Drew Brees is in the closet as a white man, having never encountered racism or systemic oppression by the cops or institutionally throughout his life.
I'll never agree with anybody disrespecting the flag of the United States of America or our country. Let me just tell you what I see or what I feel when the national anthem is played and when I look at the flag of the United States. I envision my two grandfathers who fought for this country during World War II, one in the Army and one in the Marine Corps, both risking their lives to protect our country and to try to make our country and this world a better place. So every time I stand with my hand over my heart, looking at that flag and singing the national anthem, that's what I think about. And in many
There's nothing wrong with what Drew Brees said with his comments. The timing was horrible. Now, Drew Brees fails to emphasize with what black people are seeing. Drew Brees, they have no issue at all with wanting to support the military. Many African Americans served in World War II. What was it, the Tuskegee group, whatever it was? That was a famous legion of African American troops. The 1990s crime bill, the corporations exploiting African Americans with a drug war that disproportionately affects them, Drew. That is why they're not kneeling for the flag. You fail to emphasize and see through the lens of the other side. Why should they kneel for a flag that privatizes prisons, that seek to lock up people of color? Why would they stand up for a flag which has lobbyists lobby Congress to have a drug war that disproportionately affects people of color for getting locked up for nonviolent crimes? You are a fascist, Drew Brees. You want undevoted patriotism for the flag of this country. You don't want to make your country a better place. That's what I'm getting the sense of from you, Drew Brees. But there is a deeper part of you that is very clear. Is that you are a selfish Republican who only cares about yourself. You may be racist. Who knows? You are a friend of Donald Trump. You believe we should all stand up for the flag, no matter what. America's great, it's always great. You believe in American exceptionism. You don't want to make your country a better place. It's pretty obvious that you don't give a shit about the drug war happening. You don't give a shit about the 1990s crime bill that has locked up people of color for nonviolent crimes. You don't give a shit about any of that. You don't give a shit about private prisons wanting to lock up people, incentivized to lock people up for profit. None of this matters to you. Why don't you speak to your people of color in the locker room and ask them why they're not standing up for the flag? Because the flag only stands up for those who have wealth. Drew Brees, that's what they have a problem with. And with Black Lives Matter! You will not win the Super Bowl this year. The league will not allow you to win the Super Bowl this year. There is pressure from players to not have you win Bowl after your disgraceful, blasphemous comments that came right after a huge strategy with the kneeling of a cop, kneeling an unarmed black man. But you say, oh, you should stand up for the flag. Bro, you need to get out of your closet and you need to see what impacts other people that are not as wealthy, as fortunate as you are. I only give a shit about myself, Republican. That's who you are, Drew Brees. You have completely exposed yourself. You're a wealthy man who will never have to worry about paying for Social Security, having Medicare to help pay for health care when you retire. You don't have to worry about that. You are completely sheltered for the rest of your life. And what does his buddy Trump have to say about that? The loser of the election! The loser! The loser! Black people won the election! Black people won the election! They won Milwaukee, they won Wisconsin, they won Philadelphia, they won Pennsylvania, they won Atlanta, they won Georgia. Black people won. Drew Brees will not win the Super Bowl after his calls of fascism to stand up for the flag no matter what. Quit complaining about this country disproportionately and oppressing a whole group of people. None of that matters. This is America. My grandparents served in the military. Boo-hoo. You should love your country no matter what. And this is everything that I've gotten from the comments of Drew Brees, who refuses to emphasize with people of color. And he will regret his national anthem apology, says Donald Trump. Maybe Donald Trump is referring to the Super Bowl. Actually, this may be something that Donald Trump is right about. That he will regret his comments. That he automatically played himself out of the Super Bowl conversation. As a matter of fact, he wasn't there to begin with. Because a black quarterback is going to win the Super Bowl. Drew Estamacho 23, he is a fascist. He wants undevoted allegiance to the flag of the United States of America. When you go to school, when you have an American flag in every classroom and you say the Pledge of Allegiance every single day, they want this undevoted patriotism and obedience to authority. This is why you see all this crap happen in school. How about Trump? How about fascism? You saw the headline. Flag disrespect. Flag disrespect. Ashton March 144. Tampa Bay, Florida in the Super Bowl is going to have a plot featuring Black Lives Matter, which will, in my view, involve a black quarterback, a Minneapolis, Minnesota native, and the Kansas City police chiefs. And that is exactly what we have for Super Bowl 55. And no, it's not going to be this Donald Trump supporter. It's not going to be this red state Louisiana. It's not going to be this fascist Drew Brees who wants all black people to stand up for the flag. Boo-hoo. It doesn't matter if these people in the government have done everything they can to keep black people down through systemic racism. Drew Brees, get your fucking head out of your ass. You gotta see what your fucking teammates live through on a fucking day-to-day basis. The hell is wrong with you, man? Ask them why they don't stand up for the flag. Okay, they lock up my people of color up for being non-violent, so they make them out to be criminals. That's what I'm talking about. They're not even hurting anyone, but the government makes these crimes. They make them into crimes. That's what the government has done when they just arrest someone for selling a bunch of weed. Right? He needs to get out of the fucking closet, man. He needs to wake the hell up. There's just no way the Saints can win the Super Bowl after this. Look at that. There's no way they're going to win the Super Bowl.